15 years ago, a neighbor of mine and I started unicycling every bridge in New York. And that's really how the idea of this all began. The festival always starts with long distance riding, and this year is the first year that we've brought the festival to Queens, which is really kind of exciting in our 13 years. We have a learn to ride area, we have coaches here, we have unicycle with training wheels that you can try, unicycles that you pedal backwards to go frontwards. So today is really an opportunity for unicycle folks to try something completely new, but it's also a chance for people who have never thought of getting on a unicycle or never tried to have that opportunity.
One day I was coming home from school with a good buddy of mine, and he had mentioned that he was going to go try out for some sports teams. So I thought, maybe basketball, football, baseball. But to my surprise, we walked into a gym and saw about 20 guys doing all these amazing things on unicycle, and I fell in love with it ever since.
And now, friends, welcome to the center ring, the King Charles Unicycle Troupe.
Unicycle basketball the rule is the same without unicycle, but you can touch the floor with your feet. You always on unicycle, always.
The history of the King Charles Troupe, the founder, Jerry King, at a very young age, he snuck in to see the circus in Tampa, Florida. All he remembers is the man on the high wire riding a unicycle. And he always wondered to himself why he never saw any colored kids riding unicycle. So as he got older, he taught his son, Charles, at the age of 5, how to ride a unicycle in their apartment building in the South Bronx. None of the kids in the neighborhood knew that Charles was riding a unicycle until the next following summer. His dad brought him out to the park. The name of the park is actually Crotona Park in the Bronx. And that's where all the kids in the neighborhood saw Charles doing all of his unicycling skills, basketball playing, and everything in the park. The program was basically set up to help kids in underprivileged neighborhoods become productive citizens. We're in a 5th generation now of the King Charles Troupe riders. We'd like to continue to a 6th generation and pass the legacy on to another group of kids building character on unicycles.
My dad was really interested in unicycling, and my dad's like, oh, do you want to try this out? And I'm like, sure. It took me a year to feel comfortable on the unicycle and to go by myself. Every single day after school, we came right outside until dark, and we started practicing every single day. I'm Ukrainian, so I go to a choir, a Ukrainian choir, where my choir director, he chose me to sing at the Yankee Stadium, the Ukrainian national anthem in support of my country. It was honestly a very emotional event.
I got into unicycling when I met Fred Johnson, my middle school in Joan of Arc. I was an immigrant, only had a year that came from the Dominican Republic and didn't have that many friends. What I liked mostly about it was that I didn't feel lonely. I felt that I had something important to do, something to get entertained. I was focused on doing something useful. So you gotta practice every day or practice a lot so you can have the tricks, and it can really get you into shape, but if you don't practice, you'll get back the paddles. Yeah.
Stop by the New York City Unicycle Club twice a month and give it a try at Grant's Tomb. And you can always check in with Bindlestiff.org and see where we are, because sometimes we'll be teaching also.